this is Pro-Exam with today's Living and Working Abroad vlog for family and business living and working abroad, relocating overseas and investing offshore. We're based in Cyprus and we've got an office in the UK, and we focus on helping expats, and with Brexit it's been a big issue and it's a big concern for many of our clients, talking about tax, immigration, wills, protecting assets in trusts, including property and business, looking after business, bookkeeping, tax accounting, medical, and how to protect investments. So there are lots of issues that we cover as advisors to family and business of expats, and one of the big areas that everyone struggles with going overseas, whether it's on a holiday or relocating or investing in property or business overseas, is currency. Now, if you've got regular payments being made in a different currency to your own, or pension income that's being received, or investment income that's being received, then you're always at a currency risk, and this can be a big issue and make a big difference to you. With Brexit agreement around the corner, it's only the next stage of the agreement. So this week, in the middle of November, we're expecting a breakthrough in the EU negotiations, so that the governments can start ratifying the UK Brexit agreement. Now, as we've been saying for many months, there's no such thing as no deal. There will be some type of deal, and what will it be? And the UK and the EU both want to have a withdrawal treaty, so on what terms that will be. So it's very, very likely there's going to be a withdrawal treaty. It just depends on how much that is concocted. For the EU, it's great because it keeps the UK tied in the EU for a bit longer, to the end of 2020, and therefore the EU continues to get the benefit of the revenues that it currently gets from the UK. For the UK, it gives them a chance to get an orderly withdrawal from the EU and get a customs agreement for seamless business with British businesses and European businesses dealing with the UK. But that's a political issue, and one that they need to deal with. It's not for our venue, but that's what the withdrawal treaty is about. If the UK left without an EU agreement, they'd still be trading on exactly the same terms, but they'd have to then go to World Trade Organizations, and a country could choose to facilitate that transition or not facilitate it, and that's the decision whether the UK want to take on that fight with the EU or take a more measured long-term approach. EU are still, you get the idea that they're trying to hold the UK for as long as they can into the EU system, and as close as they can thereafter. So we will see. What's the relevance of this to expats today? Currency exchange. Before the EU Brexit referendum in 2015, pound against euro was trading at between 130 and 140 euros for a pound. Before the financial crisis in 2008, the same was true, that the pound was trading regularly over 140 pounds to the euro. That loss of wealth and debt from the bankers in 2008 caused a permanent change and realignment in currencies like sterling and Swiss franc and US dollar against the euro. But that's beginning to mature now, and whereas the euro currencies are held back by weak countries such as Cyprus, Greece, Italy, Spain, Portugal, who've got relatively high debt issues. So these are things that we need to look at. So how does this affect expats? Well, the belief is, and my belief is that once the uncertainty of Brexit is removed, once a platform and a way forward is agreed, then the currency markets can move forward. Doesn't matter what that deal is, there will be some type of deal, whether it's at the no deal extreme or the full deal extreme. There will be a deal, and once that's had, businesses have certainty, markets have certainty, hedge funds can realise their profits or gains, and I believe that the sterling euro exchange rate will jump from its current level, trading between 112 and 114 to 130. What does that mean for expats? Well, it means that if you've got pounds and you're buying euros, you buy more euros. So if you're buying property or business or paying bills in Euroland, it costs you less pounds, or you get more euro money to spend. So the 200,000 property in Cyprus becomes cheaper in pound terms. For an expat who's living on a fixed income from investments or pensions that in Euroland, then they will receive less euros for their pound. But having said that, then their tax bill will go down. So it's a quid pro quo. So importing things or spending money in the UK will become cheaper for people from Euroland, and this should help trade going into the UK, and it should help people that are trading in Euroland develop their business. So investment into outside the UK, exports outside the UK to develop business overseas should become more attractive to British investors, and that export-led growth in Euroland and beyond in Asia and America is what will provide the economic growth for Britain going forward. The currency will rise, interest rates will rise, that will benefit investors, and we can get back to a very healthy export economy, which is very good for expats. Prices might rise in the UK, so sorry about that, guys there, but again, as we've seen with America, it's a sign of a healthy economy, that the economy grows, inflation grows, interest rates go up, and but people have got more jobs, and with restrictions coming in, both real and just cultural, with Brexit and there being a labour shortage in the UK, then also companies are being forced to invest in productivity, which will see wages rise in the coming years for British expats as well, for British residents and EU expats living in the UK. So this week is not about the Brexit deal, it's about getting certainty for expats, family and business, retired and working, and investors abroad with their property rentals, with their business, with their pensions, to see where their currency is going to go, to see if they can get more euros to spend, or whether they can have cheaper costs on property and investments back in the UK. Currency will be the big mover this week, and let's look to see if the UK can restore to its 130, 140 levels that it briefly touched on in 2015 and was at pre-2008. Any questions on this, go to our Facebook page, Living and Working Abroad, or onto our blog at projectpartnership.com, where we've got vlogs, blogs and podcasts for you to watch, read or listen to for living and working abroad, for family and business, relocating overseas and investing offshore. And ask us our questions, and maybe we'll feature those next time. Have a very exciting week, as exciting as Brexit can come. Let's look forward to better exchange rates for expats living and working abroad. See you next time.
you.